Have you ever been betrayed? I mean, really betrayed. Um, I don't mean something small. Maybe your spouse was talking about you to somebody, a friend behind your back. I mean, that is a betrayal, but it's something you get over. You know, as children, your siblings are playing with other ones and not including you. Sure, that's a betrayal, but it's not a big betrayal. I'm talking about 40 years worth of betrayal. 40 years of thinking you're married to one person and then you find out it's a completely different person. I'm talking about that kind of betrayal. I'm talking about the kind of betrayal that you cannot get over. Nobody can get over, honestly. This is not a small betrayal. These are huge betrayals. So big that you have trouble making it through the day. Has this happened to you? I mean, I really want to know because I think we need to talk about it. It's really hard to talk about. And I'm going to try a little. And then if we decide we want to talk more about it, we will. We'll make another video. But right now, this betrayal was so bad that every day I cried. I couldn't help it. And I had to ask that person, what happened? How could you have done this? I mean, how could you? Why would you? I mean, it was so bad that you don't know who to talk to. Who can you talk to about it? I mean, it's hard to talk to your children about some things because you don't want to burden them, for one. And number two, they were betrayed as well. And it's their story. Everyone's story is different. I cannot speak for my other family members that were betrayed. This happened to you, and how did you get through it? In my case, I could not live with that person anymore. I couldn't. And a lot of people sweep those things under the rug and they keep going. I couldn't do it because morally it was just more than me or anybody else could or should bear. And then where do you go to for help? I even went to a doctor, two different doctors, and said, maybe a little Valium or something just to help me get through this. And they refused. Nobody would help. And the thing is, I'm not a depressed type person. In fact, I'm a very happy person. I get up, get going before I've even finished being down. I mean, that's the type of person I am. Not much ever gets me down. And I've always been that way. I've always been kind of a happy person. And I just, things roll off my back. But this was awful, tragic, awful. And sure, I can talk about it today, but a few years ago, there's no way I would have been able to talk about it and get through this conversation. And it was tough. But the thing is, how has this happened to you? I mean, how does somebody pretend for so many years that they're one person? In reality, they are a completely different person. How do you live with that? I don't know how they live with that. How could they possibly have lived that life and without anyone knowing? Now things come back to me and I say, oh yeah, sure. Now I see things that, you always feel that way after the fact, that now the puzzle pieces are coming together. But even so, and then here's this, still after so many years, even as bad as that was, you still feel some kind of connection. Like you still feel the need that you have to help them get through something also, something that they did to you and your family. But yet I felt like I couldn't just cut the cord completely. I did, as far as living together and all of that, no longer husband and wife. There, I said it. But I still couldn't cut it off completely. In case he needed something, I felt like I still needed to be there. I mean, that's just the kind of person I am. He did die after, he's not here now to defend himself, and I can't, say too much now, and I'm not going to go into gory details, but fact of the matter is I just want to know how you got through your betrayal. How do we get through things like that? Emotional traumas that break all your confidence and make you feel so small, after you felt so big. And it really changed things for me. It really did. I mean, I really thought I had a good life. I thought I had a good marriage, and I really thought things were going well. I mean, I knew things weren't perfect, but is anybody perfect? Or you're not supposed to be perfect, right? You're supposed to have bumps along the way, and I expect that. But some things you just can't get over, and some things you should not get over. That's for sure. But I want to know how you feel. Please let me know. Drop me a comment. Thanks so much for watching Coffee with Deb.